Hey everyone, God bless. My name is Renee. I want to do another video based on another testimony that I have. This is before this testimony that I had. It was another experience before this. The other video of the supernatural experience that I had. Well, it all starts with. I was fasting. It's like one testimony, but it's like two in one, kind of. I'm gonna try to make it as short as possible. So it all starts with my grandpa. He also lives here in Puerto Rico, and he asked me one day. He said, "Hey, I'm gonna do a fasting for a month, and I'm gonna do a month fasting." And I kind of looked at him, and I was like thinking in my head, I was like, "Wow, a month." Like I was like, like a little bit in the inside, let's be honest, as a human, as us, I was like, wow, that's kind of long, a month. But I was like, you know what, I'll do it. I'm gonna do it with you, And it was kept between me and him. Nobody really knew about it. It was kept between me and him, and I was studying. Where he lives at another part of Puerto Rico. I was studying there. I was living with him, and while I was studying, and so I would fast. I'll wake up like 5:50 in the morning. Brush my teeth, take a quick shower. Already at 6, I'm already praying. I'll wake up like at 5:45 around there, but I'll take a quick shower, brush my teeth fast, and I will come into prayer. 6 o'clock, I was kneeling down on the bedroom that I was sleeping in, and I was praying. And when I was praying, I think it was on the 15th day around there that I was fasting. It was a couple of days after, something I can't really remember because it was like, I think it was like about 2 years ago. And as when I woke up in the morning, at night I was listening to praises, I was worshiping God, that stuff, because even though I was fasting, but I still kept in prayer. I would literally, at that time, I was like real connected. I had time. I didn't have a job at that time. I would pray at least like around 3 to 4 times a day. And I was in prayer and prayer and prayer. And that night I was listening to a song based on Jerusalem, on heaven. And when I was listening to the song, I was like, wow, God, I want to have an experience with you. And I want you to show me something, a piece of heaven, show me something. The thing is, as I was sleeping, I had experience. And it was an experience, I thank God for these 2 or 3 experiences that I had. And every day we have experience with the Lord. But when I was sleeping, I saw like a door, like it was like a door opening. But like I saw, it was like dark, like black. I couldn't see nothing. Like when you have your eyes closed, all of a sudden there was like a door that opened to me. And when it opened, I seen white. Like, it was a clear vision. Just like as I'm seeing this camera right now, it was a clear vision. And I'm looking, and as I looked up, it was like if it was a castle, but in gold. Huge. This thing was humongous. But I only seen this piece, and I said, "Wow!" The first thing I thought of in the dream that I had was like, "Wow! I'm in Jerusalem. I'm in Jerusalem. I'm in Jerusalem." I said it 3 times, and then after I could see like an angel that was in front of me, but I couldn't really see her face, and it was really bright. And as I look on the ground, it was like in gold. Everything was in gold, and around the trimming, the border of this temple, this big huge castle type thing, it was covered in gold, and there was rubies, like diamonds, rubies, emeralds, all type of diamonds, and they were real shiny. I was like, wow. And on the door and everything. And when I turned to the right, she goes, when I turn to the right, I look, and there's like a border. I see like a frame. And it's from about my height all the way down to the ground. And as I'm looking at this, I see oil dripping along the sides. Dripping, just like pouring down the sides, dripping down, just like that, like flowing. And I took it with my hand, and I went like this, and I wiped it. I wiped it and I looked at it. And when I was smearing through my hand, it was oil, real slippery, real shiny. And it had specks of gold. Very beautiful. I mean, something, it was like real. I was going like this with my hand, but it was like real, like I was living it. And I was going like this. And then after, I said, what is this? I asked the angel. And she goes, that's anointed oil. And then I was like, I kept like moving in my hand, and I was like, wow. And then after, she goes, follow me. And so I followed her. And when I followed her, she took me into this hallway. It was a hallway, I mean, a hallway I'd never seen in my life, and I don't think there's a hallway that ever exists in this world. And as I seen this hallway, it kept going straight. It was like about, I would say like about like maybe, it wasn't that wide. I would say like maybe it was like about 5 to 6 feet wide. It wasn't that wide, like 5 feet around there. And it had an arch, just like the arch that I have behind me in the kitchen. It had an arch just like that, about that width. It was about that width. And on the left side, on the left-hand side, and on the right-hand side, there was a whole bunch of frames. Like a whole bunch of frames, a whole bunch of frames. But as I was following her, she stopped. And she turns. And when she was speaking to me, this angel had a beautiful, soft voice. Beautiful, loving, peaceful voice. And she goes, look. And when I look, I see a frame, and it has a whole bunch of, like, I don't know if it was Latin writing, but it was writing that I couldn't understand. I couldn't understand. I couldn't see. And I'm gonna get to part 2 because the video is gonna be a little long, and I don't want it to. I'll begin to continue in the next one for part 2.